Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy, or Amy Louise, and today I'm doing a little bit different kind of video. I thought I would go through a tattoo tour. I've not covered all my tattoos because I do have a few in areas that I don't particularly want on the internet, honestly. It's as clear as that. I also have a couple on my fingers that I forgot to mention. Can we focus, please? So I have these on my fingers that I didn't mention. They're nothing specific. It's a heart and a couple of lines. There's nothing too special about them. I am gonna get some more on my fingers, but yeah, there's no meaning behind these, so I didn't really mention them. And like I said, I have a few that I've not put in the video just simply because of the placement of them. I have two on my bikini line. I have one very low down on the bottom of my back, and honestly I just don't want to go that far down on my back because it's technically my back, but not really. It's very low, and I don't really want my butt crack on the internet, to be perfectly honest, and I don't think you want to see it. The one that is there is a big purple rose. I will try and see if I've got a picture somewhere. It wasn't as low as what it is now when I got it, but through aging and being pregnant and life, I guess, it has like moved and shifted, and it is in a lot lower position than when I originally got it. Yeah, I think that is all that there is to be said. I've covered all the other tattoos, I think. I have one in each hip too. A star on one hip and a T on the other for my husband Tom. But yeah, I've mentioned I've done all the other tattoos, I think. Watch me have forgotten at least one or two or 10. I have a lot, but yeah, if you want to see what tattoos I have, the meanings behind some of them, and just have a little bit of a nosy, then keep on watching. Thank you so much for watching, and here it is. Okay, so I got this one. Can we see? This is a peony. I got this by Pat Ribeiro. I will leave all the artists' Instagrams down below. I got this last year before. I got this, and I got this rose, both by Pat. I think there was about a week apart. I love these. They make me feel so feminine, so beautiful. And I am getting the rest of my forearm done very soon in this kind of style. I love these. I have this mandala. I got this years and years ago. I can't remember the lady's name off the top of my head, but all my tattoos are from local tattoo shops, and I actually saw this online and I loved the design. I sent the image to her, and I said I want something like this. I don't want the exact same thing because I don't agree in stealing other people's artwork, but I want something like this. And it wasn't until after I got this that I realised that this was the exact same image, but I got this and I really do love this. I do plan on getting more mandalas. Still on the same arm, I have an owl with Zachariah 24/11/12, which is for my son. This one, the crown and down here was a little sensitive, but this, I got this 8 years ago. I love this tattoo. It symbolises my son. His name is Zachariah, his date of birth, and I got the owl because I love owls, even though I'm terrified of owls and birds in general. I got this because when he was little he looked like such a wise old man, and like even now when he's talking and stuff, he comes out with these things and I'm just like, who are you? You're like an 80-year-old man. So I wanted to get an owl because they are the symbol of wisdom, and he has a crown because he's my little prince. Same again is I've got these eyes. I used to have an Instagram account and I used to do makeup on this tattoo, and then that Instagram account got hacked and I lost everything that I had gained through that. So it's just some eyes, and again, I used to do makeup on it. I am a makeup artist of a very long time. 13 years I've been a makeup artist. So I got the eyes to symbolize that, and when I get my next tattoo, I'm going to be getting like a frame around these eyes, and then the rest of my arm in flowers just like this. And then here I have a very simple rose outline. I got this from my granddad. My granddad passed away when I was very young. I think I was like 12, which for me was like the first real loss that I'd ever experienced. And my granddad had roses, red roses, in his garden, and he loved them. Like, he really looked after them, and whenever I see roses I think of my granddad, my nana too. But yeah, I got this one rose. I do plan on getting another rose just like this for my nana. So yeah, I got the rose for my granddad. I will colour it in at some point, just not yet. I just wanted to keep it like this, like incomplete almost, because he was such a big part of my life and my childhood, and he was so important to me that I feel incomplete without having him in my life. And so I wanted to keep it just the outline like this to symbolize that. Now on my other hand here, I got this before I was of legal age. I think I was 17 when I got this, and it's just some stars, and each star represents a person that I have lost in my life. So it is on my hand. I don't know why I chose to put it on my hand, but I did. So the blue star is for my granddad, who the rose is for. He was a fisherman and he had tattoos on his fingers, and it was all in this kind of blue shade, so I wanted the blue for him. And then these two are for two of my friends who died. One was my best friend from the youngest age, and she had multiple medical issues, and when I was 17 she died really sadly. Obviously every death is sad, but it was such a shock for me when she died. I'd seen her the day before, everything was good. I went to college. When I came home, my mum broke the news to me, and honestly it still hurts now thinking about her. And then the pink star is for another childhood friend who I lost, who again had a lot of medical issues, and she died when I was 15. I don't want to get too emotional, but yeah, those three are for those three people, and I just thought it was a beautiful way to symbolise them three. This tattoo here on my shoulder, it says rest in paradise. This is for my granddad as well, and I didn't want it to be rest in peace. I wanted him to have paradise. I wanted the thought of him being laid to rest being where he kind of just has that place where it's pure tranquility. So I got this for him. Again, he was such a massive part of my childhood, and I really wanted to just memorialise him as much as I could. And then just these two symbols here. One is the Sagittarius sign. I am a Sagittarius. And the other is the Chinese symbol for strength. Okay, so this tattoo I actually won as a competition. I just like horror kind of stuff, creepy imagery. I'm really into obviously like the alternative lifestyle and aesthetic, and I won this as a competition piece. Not a competition piece, sorry. Yeah, it was a competition. I entered a competition, I won, I got this tattoo. It's just a cute little bat and a pumpkin. Nothing really significant about it. It's cute. It was supposed to be half the size, but the guy loved the design so much he ended up doubling the size and not charging me a penny. Here, ooh, I have Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, and one of the monsters. Scooby-Doo is one of those TV shows that I grew up loving. My son loves Scooby-Doo. It is just a timeless classic, and I wanted to memorize the love of Scooby-Doo and the lessons it can teach you growing up. The real bad guys are not the monsters under your bed. They are actually humans wearing a mask. And if there's ever an issue, you can count on your friends and you can do the right thing. And just the story behind every single episode of Scooby-Doo, honestly, I know it's a cartoon, but it really does teach you some life lessons. Okay, this guy, this is the devil. Yep, I know. Who has the devil? I have the devil. It's really hard to show you this, but I got the devil. I don't know, I saw this on one of my artist's walls and I loved it, so I got it. And yeah, it was spicy. Like, it was very spicy, but I love my little devil. Okay, I'm sorry for the feet, but these are my feet. I got a Mr. and Mrs. I'll show you in a little bit closer. So this is my Mr. and this is my Mrs. These are to represent me and my husband, and yes, these was very painful. Feet tattoos hurt like a bitch, and yeah, ignore my toenails. I really need to go get Betty. So these tattoos are very awkward to show you. This one I got because I like witches and creepy stuff, and honestly there's no meaning really behind most of my leg tattoos. So I got a cauldron, I got a moth. This was actually a Friday the 13th tattoo, and I just thought it was cute. This, by the way, none of these are in any sort of order, just kind of what I have where I remember. So I got this traveller lady years ago. This is, at least 10 years old she is. I got this because I do feel like a free spirit, and especially at the time of my life, I was going through stuff, and yeah, I really resonated with the imagery and the history behind this kind of tattoo. Okay, do you know who this is? This is one of my favorite, well, two technically if you look at the hand, two of my favorite characters of all time on anything. I am a massive Addams Family fan, and I don't know if enough people realize this about me. I absolutely love the Addams Family. I have watched and own a lot of the original Addams Family from the, is it the 60s, I think they're from. I love the movies with Christina Ricci. I just love them. This is the very first tattoo that I ever did on myself. Yes, it looks a little bit crappy, but I actually wanted it to look like this. If you look, there is a lot of shading in there to make it look like a real cobweb. Okay, this is so hard to show you. Let's see. So this is a Ouija board. Oh my god, what are they called? I can't remember. But this is for a Ouija board, and I just thought it was cool, honestly. Okay, next is my heart bum, my witchy heart bum. I thought it was cute. It does need touching up. I walked into a fridge freezer at work pretty soon after getting it, and it scabbed over and it ended up pulling out a lot of the ink just there. I do need to get that touched up. I wanted a bum tattoo. I wanted to celebrate my sexuality in general, but I wanted it to be spooky and sexy and cool. So witch hat, little bat. It even says boo, which I think is like the cutest part. And yes, I've not shaved my legs, I'm sorry. And the stockings, I just thought it was mega cute. Okay, next we have Tiffany and Chucky. I absolutely freaking love horror movies and thrillers, and I'm really into like serial killers and stuff. And yeah, I really enjoy the Chucky movies. So I got Tiffany smoking a cigarette in a knife because I thought, well, that just makes perfect sense. And I do kind of, I see where Tiffany's coming from. Let's just put it that way. Okay, I'm sure I don't need to explain who this absolute beauty is. Christina Ricci as Wednesday Addams. I freaking love her so much. I want to be her for the rest of my life. If I could look like that and be like that and act like that, I totally would. I love her, and this is probably my favourite tattoo of all time. Just below I have a little witchy hand, again by Pat. I thought this was cool, to be honest. Okay, and then just above, right on the back of my car, just above my little Ouija board thing, I've got a little broom. It was just a space filler, to be honest, but I do plan on this big gap getting Morticia and Gomez.